I promised I would kick things off on time, so without any further interruptions, let me do that. First, welcome to the 2019 28th Annual Healthcare Forecast Conference, the Paul Merage School of Business, here at the University of California, Irvine. It is my pleasure to kick this off. I am Rick Giannotta, the UCI Health System CEO, honored to lead Orange County's only academic medical center and health system, the home of the only NCI-designated cancer center in Orange County, only Trauma One Center, only Burn Center. A lot of the firsts, powered obviously by the research at the School of Medicine and the College of Health Sciences and this great university which you are in the middle of today. Our mission is to discover, teach, and heal, and that is one that I really hold close to my heart. It is aspirational, but it is played out each and every day with respect to the lives that we touch, the patients that we heal, and the families that are changed by their experience at UCI. This conference is so important for these times, and I wrote a couple of notes for myself. I've always been a believer that policies and politics really drives the payments, which drives how care is provided. And there's so many challenges and opportunities on the horizon: digital therapeutics and connected care, which is reshaping the life sciences industry; tax reform, which has only just begun to hit healthcare companies; consumerism and retail disruption, which I think we're seeing every single day, whether you look at Walmart or the retail giants getting into healthcare, Amazon, et cetera; private equity, which I consider healthcare's new growth accelerator. When you think about the changes that are happening across the country and the innovations that are in that space, it's all really coming out of the PE space. The Affordable Care Act, its future, where it's at today, where it will be tomorrow. And some things that are really close to home when we look around to perhaps folks that we know or the patients we treat or the challenges in our community, the opioid crisis and managing that, how we move forward with that, homelessness, and all the new data that's coming out on loneliness as a real impact to the trajectory of one's life and the health that they have. In California, the Affordable Care Act has resulted in historic declines in the number of uninsured residents. On the federal side, as things shift, including the potential repeal and requirement that all Americans have it or face tax penalties could further erode coverage gains if that's changed. I think the governor has signaled support for a different model of plan. We'll see how that goes. And finally, I think this conference offers an opportunity for us to peer into the future and learn from the experts, share ideas amongst ourselves, which are so absolutely essential for us to meet the challenge that I described, the known ones and as well as the unknowns that are out there. So without further ado, it is my honor to introduce Dean Eric Spangenberg, Dean of the Paul Merage School of Business, our host for this event and our next speaker. So Dean, welcome.
All right, good morning. It's great, like Rick said, this is the 28th Annual Healthcare Forecast Conference, and so I'm told that about 90% of the people who come here return from one year to the other, and I don't know if that's all in 1 year, but I know I see a lot of familiar faces, and I was able to say hi and reconnect with some of you out there, and that's part of our challenge, is to get everyone in here instead of talking out in the foyer, right? But that's part of the value of this, and we just love to have you back again. Welcome back. The Paul Merage School of Business is really happy to have this conference annually and to have you as a part of it. Over the years, we have been honored to deliver programs that meet the needs of the healthcare community, and Rick already mentioned several of the ways that we're being disrupted. All of our industries are being disrupted, and I'm sure we're going to hear more about that from our panelists and speakers today. And so I have two quick jobs. I only have a couple of minutes, I'm told, so I don't want to go too long. But my number one job is to say thank you. My number two job is to give you a short update on the Paul Merage School of Business. So the first thing I want to say is thank you to our sponsors. We wouldn't be able to hold this conference as well and as long as we have without the sponsors. And so I was also told that the sponsors' names would be up. Look at that. That's awesome. Thank you. They're going to be up. I didn't realize I had that kind of power. But so now the names of the sponsors are going to come up. Look at that. Okay, there. Okay, you know, you try, you count on these things and it doesn't always happen. But what I want is, would anyone from one of these sponsoring organizations please to stand, but I want all of us to say thank you to the sponsors for today's conference. Thank you. So thank you all very much. It wouldn't happen without you. A few quick updates on the Paul Merage School of Business. As we're all aware, and Rick has already mentioned, all organizations are facing digital disruption. And so we really need leaders that are able to think strategically and skate to where the puck's going to be, so to speak, and disrupt themselves or disrupt industries themselves as opposed to only be impacted by disruption. And so, you know, today you're going to hear more about that. As I said, I'm sure you will. The School of Business here, the Merage School, we aim to train people to be able to lead and produce those kinds of people that have the skills to create actionable ideas and see them through from concept to completion. And we do that because we're a school that innovates. We're very innovative and we're being recognized for the innovation. I won't go down the list of all the rankings that we're on the front page of, but it's all the major rankings, and the most recent one is that we were ranked 24th in the nation and 48th in the world in the Financial Times MBA rankings. And so that's actually a pretty big accomplishment for the Merage School, and it's events like this that help contribute, or they do contribute to that kind of ranking. It's the support of the community, it's the involvement of the community, and it's the outreach of the school to the community with events like this. That's just one of the pieces of what makes us one of the best business schools in the world. And so I want to thank you for your participation, if only by coming here and allowing us to share with you some of the things that we know and some of the things that we've learned. And so that's one of the things. And we are really, we're engaging in disruption ourselves. We're disrupting business education. We're hybridizing courses. We're putting some of our courses online. We're hybridizing some of our executive education programs. We'll have more of those opportunities available for you pretty soon. And so we're not just doing business as usual, but we're really disrupting our own environment as well. So, you know, I could go on, but just suffice it to say that the Merage School is producing leaders for a digitally disrupted world. And we're proud to be a part of what you're doing today, and we're happy to have you here. So thank you very much for being here. I want to introduce to you now Murray Jacobson. Professor Jacobson was the former academic director of our Center for Healthcare here in the Merage School, and that center is, of course, responsible for putting this conference on. And she has recently left us to go to a school up north. But it was for family reasons, not because we lack visionary leadership here. But we're very sad to have seen her go, but in the true spirit of who Murray is, she graciously agreed to help with this conference to come back today. And so I want to say thank you to Murray and introduce her to you now. So Dr. Jacobson.
Thank you very much. As those of you who have been coming for decades, you'll know this is really a treat. So it's my pleasure to be here and continue to help out the center with this great conference. So I wanted to just welcome you again to those of you who have been coming regularly. Hopefully we keep true to the usual excellence of the conference, but also spice it up a little bit with some new things. For those of you who are new, you're in for a treat. I hope you enjoy it. For those of you in the overflow room, just want to give you a shout out. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks again to all the sponsors who really have been making this possible year after year. I hope you continue to do so. And then I just want to conclude with a few little housekeeping details. One is your badge is your kind of entry ticket to all the events here. So please wear that. During our panel sessions, we'll have Q&A for all of those. This is being recorded though, so please wait for the microphone or line up for the microphone and make sure you have the microphone before you ask a question so that we can get that recorded. And then finally, we continue to try to stay green here. So all the All the presentations that have been made available are available through our app, and we can help you with that in the front. So without further ado, let's get this conference started.